We're going to begin this news hour in the east of Ukraine, where at least 30 people have been killed in a rocket attack. Ukrainian officials say Russia struck a train station in the city of Kramatorsk. An evacuation effort was underway when 2 rockets hit the station. More than 100 people were wounded. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described Russia as an evil with no limits after the attack. Donetsk separatists have described it as Ukrainian provocation.
Well, we know that for the last 5 days, the regional governor has been telling people not to wait and to leave Kramatorsk. Now, it is about 200 kilometers away from here. It's in the east of the country. Now, people were flocking to that train station, wanting to evacuate to safer parts of the country. Now, some of the latest information that we have from the regional administration is that the preliminary figures at the moment are 27 dead, including 2 children and over 30 injured. Now, they've said that is preliminary, that could change.
Now, the reports of civilian killings in the Ukrainian town of Bucha shocked the world. But Ukraine says that there is another town where the situation is even worse. Ukraine believes that the town of Borodyanka, located northeast of Kiev, has been affected pretty badly. 26 bodies were recovered from underneath the rubble of 2 destroyed apartment buildings. Zelensky, in his nightly address, said that the situation in the town, which is located some 25 kilometers from Bucha, is pretty grim.
The Ukrainian foreign minister didn't just turn up in Brussels for an arm around the shoulder and a reassuring hug from his allies. He came asking for 3 more things: weapons, weapons and more weapons. And it seems like he's getting them.
We agreed that we must further strengthen and sustain our support to Ukraine so that Ukraine prevails in the face of Russia's invasion.
The Secretary-General wouldn't give more details about what exactly would be handed over. But recently Ukraine has increased its calls for more offensive weapons, tanks and aircraft. And from the Foreign Minister's reaction, getting what he wants isn't the problem.
The discussion is not about the list of weapons, the discussion is about the timeline. When do we get them? And this is crucial, as I explained earlier.
Now, a gunman who shot dead 2 people and wounded 12 others in Israel has been killed in an exchange of fire. The attack took place in Tel Aviv, in an area full of restaurants and bars. Police said the attacker was captured and killed hours later in Jaffa. Shelley Phelps reports.
The moment first responders rushed to reports of a gunman on one of Tel Aviv's busiest streets. It had been filled with pubgoers and diners who gathered shocked and shaken in the aftermath of the attack. After an hours-long manhunt, the Israeli security forces said the suspected gunman had been killed during an exchange of fire.
Madre Santa Mai. Uy, Mai!
An explosion killed at least 6 people and wounded 3 in the Kantindu military camp on Thursday night in Goma, the capital of North Kivu province in eastern DRC. Among the victims, 2 senior army officers, 3 women and a child. This morning, the military governor of North Kivu told the press that the origin of the explosion has not yet been determined. The governor of North Kivu assured the population that the authorities were doing everything possible to shed light on the events.
North Korea is just a week away from celebrating one of its most important holidays, April 15th, the birthday of the country's founder, Kim Il-sung, known as the Day of the Sun. Apart from previously holding festivals and issuing postage stamps to mark the occasion, the regime has also held military parades in the past. As this year marks the 110th anniversary of Kim's birth, experts forecast that one will take place next week as the regime tends to mark 5th and 10th anniversaries with large-scale events. New satellite images are backing up the prediction. Images from Planet Labs taken on Thursday morning showed tens of thousands of people filling up Kim Il-sung Square, located in the capital Pyongyang. Using placards, people in a section in the west of the square spelled out "United with one heart," while those in the eastern section combined to make an emblem of the ruling Workers' Party.
Breaking news at 11 o'clock, out of jail and on the run. We've learned the man police say shot Lady Gaga's dog walker in February last year has mistakenly been released from jail. There is an active search underway right now to find James Howard Jackson and return him to custody. Investigators say Jackson and a crew of dog nappers attacked Lady Gaga's dog walker, Ryan Fisher, on a Hollywood street. Fisher fought to protect Gaga's 3 French bulldogs, but he ended up being shot, and 2 of the dogs were taken. Those dogs were returned days later after Lady Gaga offered a $500,000 reward. But police quickly discovered the woman who claimed that she found the dogs in an alley actually had a connection to one of the accused dog nappers. The search for James Howard Jackson continues. He's charged with attempted murder and conspiracy to commit robbery in this case.